Very beautiful morning. Very beautiful morning. And I keep on introducing myself as Mr. Gazemba. Mr. Gazemba. And I always call myself, this is a student coach. A student coach. This is a channel whereby every time I come on screen, we always discuss about how to make a child live a successful life. It's more of a parenting because myself, I speak out of experience. This is a competent, qualified teacher in British International Curriculum. And of course, before I began with the British International Curriculum, of course, I was an 844 teacher. That 844 teacher means that I just learned in local schools in Kenya. Then, of course, I did my upgrades, so now I can qualify to start teaching the international school. So basically, now my profession, I'm teaching more of I'm now ventured in mostly in British International Curriculum. This is IGCC. But now, besides that now, we also have a calling whereby we as teachers, we have a role to play in the society. And especially the Generation Z, the Generation Z. Everybody's complaining about this type of children we're having today. But you should understand very well that the type of children we are having nowadays, it is very difficult for us to raise them the way our parents raised us. Because during our days, let me say about me, during my days, those of us who were born in 80s, early 90s, in that bracket there were no much exposure to what do you call it, the internet. There are not much exposure to internet, electronic gadget. That means parenting was a bit easier per se, if I can say that. But now the generation we're having nowadays, children are much exposed. They know more than us. They explore more than us. Even the type of food they're eating is making them, even their hormones, they're reacting very fast. That's why this child to start moving to a stage knowing more about the opposite sex. During our days, some by the age of 15, even some of us were graduating, finishing Form 4, you don't know what a girlfriend is, what a boyfriend is. But the generation we are living in today, these issues start as early as year 5, as early as year 6, as early as 10 years, 10, 11, 9, 10, 11, they are going upwards. They already boys know very well what it means to have a girlfriend, what it means to have a boyfriend. But now, my call or my discussion to you parents now, do you ever find time to discuss with your daughter about this story, or find time to discuss with your son about this story, boyfriend and girlfriend, rather than you just keeping quiet, assuming? Because when you don't find time to discuss with your child about these stories, now they end up doing what you call experimenting, in the sense that they're now taught by other people, or they end up learning more from the internet, because now at the click of the button all information is there. They're able to see, they're able to learn. But I prefer, it is good as a mother, as a father, I remember when you're growing up, but see, I don't know, like me, we used to visit our grandmother. You sit down, they talk to you, you visit your grandfather, now you're a boy. Even some of us, those who come from western parts of Kenya, after maybe circumcision, you sit down with men of your community, of your tribe. They tell you now you've grown, you're no longer a small boy, you're now a man. Don't play with girls this game. We don't enter this one. Don't sit with your mother in the kitchen. Don't do this, don't do that, don't do that. But now you find the life you're living in now. Boys are even cooking, guys are even doing some boys' calls, which is not bad. But now, it is good we go to those days whereby a father could hold a child the hand, son the hand, and walk around with him, take him around the community norms, and especially those of us, not us, those of you that we have married from different communities. You find maybe, for example, you're a Luya, you have married from Luo land, or you're a Luo, you've married from Kikuyu land. I'm not becoming tribalistic, but it is good. We know very well a boy child or a male child is the one who carries the mantle of the community. Is the one who is the heir to the community. Like, for example, me, because I'm blessed with sons, I know very well as a Luya man, my children, my generation is safe, because even the name that we're naming them, we name my sons after my kinsmen. And we should not run away from the tradition. So, of late I saw something, and I think I'll mention about it. I didn't want to talk about it, but because it has come in mind, during the burial of this chief general of staff, the CDF General Ogola, I understand Ogola was a Luo. He married the wife from Nyeri, something like that. And I was listening very well the way the son was speaking. I've forgotten the son's name. But now my question is this. I don't want to go to it because it's more of political issues now. But the way the son was speaking, I didn't see that Luoism, if I can use that word. I did not see that Luoism in that son. And I was like, maybe to an extent, I think the mother overshadowed the father erasing of the son. Because some days you could just walk or hear someone talking, this one, the way he's speaking, this is a Luo. The way he's speaking, this is a Luya. The way this is doing, this should be a Kikuyu. And I think those are good. To me, those are good things. In that you are identified, your character, how your community behave, which is very, regardless of your salvation, regardless of whatever you do, but at least you're able to be identified. That is your community, how it behaves, how it talks, how you do your things. Last time I talked about how circumcision is done. So my prayer is this, or my wake-up call this morning is this: can I still get those men who can stand and raise their sons according to their customs, in that they know very well this is how Luo men should be. This is how Luyas should be. This is how, we should not run away until that our forefathers tried so hard to make sure they're transferring the community values, virtues to us. And then now, as in that community, we should also make sure there's a remnants. At least we should also make sure we are maintaining the values and virtues. For example, when you're growing up, you should be able to do things. Like me, I should be able to do things the way my community used to do. I should be able to know that in our community, this is how we used to circumcise. In our community, this is how boys and girls used to do their things. I understand there's some communities, for example, boys don't greet their mother-in-laws. I understand, because I'm also a victim of that. I understand, because I married from that community. It is good we uphold those values, because those values and virtues, they're the ones that were shaping the community. Forget about the Kenyan constitution. Forget about the salvation now. We are talking about our own community values, of which they should be transferred. I saw a video, come on, oh my God, why is it coming to my mind? I saw a video trending the other time about, what is it? It was about a boy, siblings, they got married, and these siblings, when they got married, you know what? It is, they're saying, we are okay. I think I was watching about it. Siblings got married, don't know, the same father but different mothers now. But they're like, they're okay, we are okay with it, we are love each other. And this is what I'm saying, if only we could go back and stick to our community values. Whereas we know, according to our norms, according to our culture, doing this and this, it is wrong. Honestly, we're going to solve some issues. And this goes to men. This goes to men. In case you are blessed with a son, and he is of age, one day take your son out, be it to your rural home or any other place, and can you give him that tete-a-tete, have that talk on how your community used to do things, or how things are supposed to be done in your community. So we don't have this thing. We are Africans. I keep on reminding people this one. We are Africans, and Africa will always remain to be our business. We cannot abandon how Africans we do our things for the sake of borrowing the Western culture. It has never happened. Nowadays I see girls meeting their father-in-laws dressed in trousers. Girls are meeting their father-in-law. Even I saw a scenario one day. A daughter-in-law hugging the father-in-law. This one has never happened against our community. This one should never happen. I saw son-in-law. I saw son-in-law hugging mother-in-law. You know, those are forefathers. The moment they put these measures, daughter-in-law, don't come close to your father-in-law. These guys knew the repercussion. The moment they said son-in-law, you just don't even shake hands with your mother-in-law. Just see, or shake hands from a distance. These people knew whatever they are doing. But this idea, we are borrowing Western culture. We are borrowing a number of things from the Western culture. And let me tell you this, I was once told this by my grandmother. It's also good. You know me, I grew up talking to my grandmother, talking to my grandfather, because I'm a village boy. I just came to this city after finishing a campus. So I came to this city when I know my roots. And that's the prayer, the thing I always want to make sure my sons, they're also going through the same. I don't mean I'll take them back to rural. No, but I try so much. The knowledge I have, I share with them. Listen to this. And this goes to young families. This is what I was told by my grandmother, and I think it is very important. If you're a woman, you are given any money outside there by another man, who is not your husband, that money should never enter your house. I want to repeat again. If you're a woman, you are given money outside there with a man who is not your husband, in quotes, but you are in a relationship, whether you shared anything there, that money should not enter your house. Because when that money enters your house and your real husband, your known husband now, and the family, they end up eating that money, you are breaking your home yourself. That's why nowadays the cases of divorces, they are rampant, they are all over. Because there are some values and virtues that we are being trained, being taught of, we have now abandoned. We are like, we know everything. And this is to young men, those people less than 40, below 40 years, like me and others, we should learn to follow these rules. These are things that made our grandmothers, our fathers to stay in their marriages. Let us uphold our values. Let us uphold our African cultures. We don't just need to do things for the sake of doing others. So, as I summarize this video, in case you're watching this video for the first time, don't forget to subscribe, share, and comment. And this is what I'm going to repeat it again. Men outside there, whichever tribe, I know nobody came from heaven. Nobody came from heaven straight and you landed on earth. Definitely, you have your roots. Let us not abandon our roots. In case you have a son, forget about women. They might be married to different communities. They'll have to take the values of that, the values and virtues of that community. But as a man, we are the ones carrying the generation now. If you're a Luya man, stand up as a Luya man. If you're a Luo, stand up as a Luo man. If you're a Kikuyu, stand up as a Kikuyu man. And when you're given a son, pass the mantle to your son. Tell your son, you know what? This is how we do in our community. God bless you. Thank you.